Okay, today we're going to be working on the tutorial for Mass Volume 3-5. To do this, of course, we're going to File, New. We're making sure Part is selected. And we're going to create the part. And we're waiting for my system to say, okay. One of the things that we want to know on this one is that we're looking at extrude boss and extrude cuts for our features. When it opens, one of the things we want to look down, of course, first thing we're going to do is set the basic information up. Our unit of measurement is mmgs, so that is correct. I'm going to right click on material. And we want to actually select the plain carbon steel. And I'm going to do a file, save as right from the beginning, 3-5. And we're going to save it in our named drive where it belongs. Now once we have that done, we're going to select the Sketch tab. And we're going to select Sketch. And we want to select the front plane for this object that we will be doing today. Now we should see our lovely arrows facing. We should see front down here. All of that should be exactly the way we need to. With this one here, we're starting with a corner rectangle. And we are starting with the origin itself and creating a rectangle. I'm right-clicking with the mouse and hitting Select, which allows me to come in and do Smart Dimension. And we're going to do the overall height, which is 60 millimeters, and our overall length, which is 110. Green check mark. And at this point, we're going to do our feature and extrude boss. Now with this one, we want the origin to stay in the front. So this arrow pointing forward is incorrect. We want to go to the arrow direction here and reverse the direction of our piece. And we're going to come down to our depth, and we are extruding it for 50 millimeters, and I'm hitting the Enter key. And we're going to hit the green check mark, and then it has been extruded 50 millimeters. Now we're going to do our next piece. We're actually going to cut a piece out of the top. So we're going to do a Sketch and hit Sketch. With this one here, we're going to select the top face. Now I can right click on Sketch and do Normal to, which flips the block. You'll see our origin in that lower left-hand corner. We're going to use our rectangle tool. We're going to come in and we're going to create a rectangle. And again, I'm going to hit the select. And I could come up here, and if you look, Smart Dimension is up here on this heads up bar. So I can actually come in now and select this piece, bring it out. Bring in 30. We want to go from this edge to this line for our 15. And we want from this edge to this edge to be 20. As you can see, we have fully defined all black lines. Right click to hit that select command. Now I'm going to feature, and I'm doing an extrude cut. Right now we're looking at it flat. To get a nice symmetric, or just to rotate it so to make sure this arrow is pointing in the right direction, if you push down on the mouse wheel and then rotate your mouse, you'll see the block come up. That's one way to do it. On our end condition box, this is end condition, we want to select through all and our green check mark. Now we will have that lovely shape cut out. Next thing we're going to do is we're going to actually cut the angled piece so it cuts off that angle. So I'm going to go in sketch mode, hit sketch. And with this one here, I want to select that, excuse me, we're going to select the back face. To select the back face, I'm going to go into my view orientation, and I'm going to find back. So it rotates, and then I'm going to click on it. It's now been selected. I want to come in with my line tool, and I'm going to stay away. This is one thing. See this lovely little piece that shows up? You want to stay away from clicking points like this because that automatically locks it to that position. So you want to go on either side of it, click and click. And I should have done the smart dimension. Here it is. And from this point to this edge is 40. Not 20. 40. And from this point to the bottom edge, from this point to the bottom edge is 20. Now you see this where it says it's the driven dimension? And I did this on purpose. See this? I hit that point that I told you to avoid because I said it automatically makes it a coincident point. So what I'm going to have to do is I'm going to come in and select the coincident symbol and hit delete. Once you do that, it no longer is locked. And then you could come in and actually hit that dimension so it dimensions it correctly. Now, what we're going to do is a cut feature. And again, I'm going to rotate it. Now notice that this arrow is pointing down. I want to flip it. Sorry, I want to take this and flip it. See how I clicked on it and it flipped? It flipped it up because I want the material to be cut, the top to be cut away, not the bottom. Okay, if it was facing the other way, the whole piece would have disappeared except for that top little corner. I'm going to give myself an isometric view. And now what I'm going to do is my next extrude cut, which is on the left face. So I'm going to do sketch, and I'm going to choose the left face, and I'm going to draw, select it, and I'm going to come in and draw a line. Okay, I can smart dimension from this way. I'm showing you different ways to do it. I'm going to come from this edge to this point, and that should be 30. And from the top edge to this point should be 10. So we have that lovely 30 by 10. Going to rotate it a little bit. I'm going to go to feature, extrude cut. Yep, it's facing in the right angle. Green check mark. And I'm going to hit the space bar this time. And I'm going to do isometric. Yours is going to look a little different because you're working with the newer version. And here we have our lovely piece 3-5. What I want to do now is go into the Evaluate tab, hit Mass Properties, and I want to see that the mass is correct, this 1130.44 grams. X should be 45.24. Y should be 24.7, and Z should be the negative 33.03. So this is 100% correct. So now I want to do just click on the disk, which will save it, and that is completed. And that is 3-5.